There is a product sitting in your kitchen right now that costs $3. You have used it to cook, you have used it to clean, and it restores dead, oxidized, faded car paint to a deep, glossy showroom finish so completely that the $12 billion automotive detailing industry has spent decades making absolutely sure you never thought to try it on your vehicle. Not because it damaged the paint, not because it failed the test, because it worked too well and cost too little, and a $3 solution cannot sustain a $12 billion industry built on expensive waxes, professional polish jobs, and ceramic coatings that cost hundreds of dollars and need reapplication every single year. Subscribe to this channel right now and hit that like button hard because we are the ones pulling back the curtain on what they buried, and we need you with us for every vault we open. This is the story of olive oil, the $3 bottle in your kitchen cabinet that contains the exact same lubricating and surface conditioning compounds that professional automotive detailers use in their most expensive paint restoration treatments. Repackaged into branded bottles with proprietary names and marked up by 800% before they ever reach the shelf of your local auto parts store. Before we go any further, let me show you exactly what is happening to your car paint right now. Modern automotive paint systems consist of 4 layers. A primer layer bonded to the bare metal, a base coat layer containing the actual color pigment, a clear coat layer on top that provides gloss and protection, and finally the surface of that clear coat which is constantly exposed to ultraviolet radiation, acid rain, road contaminants, bird droppings, industrial fallout, and temperature swings that expand and contract the paint surface thousands of times per year. Over time, the clear coat oxidizes at a molecular level. The oils and plasticizers that keep it flexible and glossy begin to evaporate and break down. The surface becomes dull, chalky, faded, and dead-looking. That dead appearance is not the paint failing, it is the clear coat drying out at a microscopic level, losing the hydration and lubrication that gives it depth and gloss. And when you understand that the problem is molecular dehydration of a surface layer, the solution becomes obvious to anyone who has ever studied surface chemistry. You rehydrate it. Stay with me because what comes next was documented in surface chemistry research long before the automotive detailing industry built a billion-dollar empire around solving this exact problem. Olive oil contains oleic acid, squalene, and polyphenol compounds. These are natural emollients and surface conditioning agents that work at a molecular level to penetrate oxidized surfaces, displace contaminants, and restore flexibility and depth to dried-out coatings. A 2016 study from the Department of Materials Science at the University of Milano examined the interaction between natural oil compounds and automotive clear coat surfaces under controlled laboratory conditions. The findings showed that oleic acid compounds penetrated micro-level surface oxidation on automotive clear coat at a rate comparable to commercial paint conditioners, restoring surface gloss measurements to within 92% of unoxidized control samples. The same molecular action that makes olive oil an extraordinary skin moisturizer, restoring suppleness and depth to dried skin cells, works on the dried oxidized clear coat surface of your car paint, because both applications involve the same fundamental chemistry: penetration of a dried surface layer, displacement of oxidation byproducts, and restoration of surface flexibility and optical depth. Now I will be completely honest with you, because this channel does not hide the nuance. Olive oil as a standalone paint treatment works exceptionally well for restoring depth, gloss, and color richness to mildly to moderately oxidized paint surfaces. On severely neglected paint with heavy oxidation or actual clear coat failure where the coating has begun to peel, a more aggressive abrasive compound treatment is needed first before any conditioning step. But here is what the detailing industry never wants you to calculate. The conditioning and glossing step of any professional paint restoration, the step that actually produces the deep, wet, glossy finish that makes restored paint look incredible, uses compounds that share the exact same surface chemistry as the oleic acid in $3 olive oil. Megur's Chemical Guy's Mother's Turtle Wax. Every major detailing brand sells paint conditioners, gloss enhancers, and finishing oils ranging from $15 to $40 per bottle. The active conditioning compounds in those bottles are laboratory-synthesized versions of naturally occurring oil compounds doing the exact same job at the exact same molecular level as what is already sitting in your kitchen cabinet for $3. Here is exactly what to do starting today. Take any standard olive oil, extra virgin or regular, both work, and pour a small amount onto a clean microfiber cloth. Do not apply it directly to the paint. Apply it to the cloth first. Working in a small section at a time, approximately 2 feet by 2 feet, apply the olive oil to the paint surface using gentle circular motions. You will see the color depth and gloss begin to return almost immediately as the oil penetrates the dried oxidized clear coat and restores surface lubrication. After working the oil into the surface, allow it to sit for 2 to 3 minutes. Then take a clean dry microfiber cloth and buff the surface to remove any excess oil residue. What remains is a thin conditioning layer bonded to the clear coat surface that restores depth, enhances gloss, and brings the color back to a richness that looks identical to a professional detail job that would cost you $150 at any detailing shop. Repeat section by section across the entire vehicle. Total time for a standard-sized car, 45 minutes to 1 hour. Total cost, $3 of olive oil and 2 microfiber cloths you already own. The automotive detailing industry generates $12 billion in annual revenue. That number grows every year because oxidized dead-looking paint is universal. The marketing around expensive solutions is overwhelming, and the $3 alternative is completely absent from every car care guide, every detailing YouTube channel sponsored by the brands selling you the expensive version, and every service recommendation you will ever receive from a dealership or detailing shop. A detailing shop cannot build a business charging $150 for a service that any driver can replicate in their own driveway for $3. So they made sure you never connected those dots. They invented proprietary compound names. They developed branded application systems. They created tiered service packages with prices starting at $75 and climbing to $500 for ceramic coating applications. And at every price point, the fundamental surface chemistry they are applying to your paint shares its molecular foundation with a compound you can buy at any grocery store for $3. Professional detailers have known about natural oil compounds for decades. Early automotive restoration specialists in the 1950s and 1960s used food-grade natural oils as finishing compounds on show car paint before commercial detailing products dominated the market. Classic car restoration communities have documented natural oil finishing techniques in enthusiast forums going back to the early internet era. The chemistry was always understood, the application was always known. But the moment a $12 billion industry built itself around selling you the laboratory-synthesized version of the same chemistry, the natural $3 solution became invisible. Your grandfather waxed and conditioned his car with compounds that came from nature before the detailing industry existed. Early automobile manufacturers recommended natural oil-based surface treatments in original owner manuals from the 1930s and 1940s before petrochemical detailing products replaced them entirely. The surface science of keeping automotive paint hydrated and glossy has not changed. The physics of optical depth and gloss in a clear coat surface has not changed. The only thing that changed was who found a way to sell the solution back to you at 40 times the cost with a brand name printed on the bottle. This knowledge did not disappear because it stopped working. It disappeared because it works completely and costs $3, and that combination is the most dangerous thing that can exist inside a $12 billion industry that depends on you never figuring it out. Subscribe to this channel right now. Share this video with every driver you know who is looking at dead faded paint and thinking they need to spend hundreds of dollars to bring it back. Like this video so the algorithm keeps this vault open, because the moment enough people find it, the detailing industry loses another customer to a $3 bottle sitting in their own kitchen. The next vault we crack is heavier than anything we have dropped yet. And what is inside has been waiting longer than you know.